have any tips for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever it may be?
Well, Instagram, definitely Reels. So post Reels right now, because photos I don't think are getting pushed at all. I even saw a TikTok or Instagram reel today before we started recording, and the audio was Instagram isn't pushing photos anymore, so here's a reel with just a photo. And it was just a photo with that noise over it, and it had like 30,000 likes. So
I hate seeing that. I always scroll past those.
Yeah. And it's interesting to see that, because photographers now have to find a different way to post on Instagram, because it's not pushing photos as much. So I'd say if you're on Instagram, definitely create as many reels as you can. TikTok, definitely figure out how to use trending sounds and get in that niche. And also, I see there's a couple different ways TikToks are kind of blowing up. One is educational. If you can find your niche and teach one specific thing and be consistent with that, I think you can really blow up. I see a lot of people.
Consistency is key.
Consistency is the number one key in creating content. I will say that.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're on TikTok and you're creating, let's say, I see one guy and he teaches about Facebook ads. So he pretty much does whiteboard drawings of, okay, here's how I'd target a hair salon. And then he gives an example. And every single day he gives an example of something like this. And he's blown up over the past couple months. So TikTok's good for trending sounds and finding a specific niche. And then Facebook is kind of, targeting more of your local area of the demo you're trying to hit. And then obviously Facebook ads are still super powerful, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll go a little bit more, I don't really know what to call it, but different kind of tips so with platforms like Google, they count interactions as helpful for SEO. So say you're on a blog and there's different, we'll do table of contents. And then when people click a table of contents, there's an anchor, it brings them to the bottom. Google sees that, they're like, oh, they're interacting with this. That makes it more, they want to push that more because Google thinks that it's doing better. So with that being said, say with Instagram, if you have a caption and there's a read more button, hitting that read more button, it pops up. Instagram says, oh, there's an interaction here. Trying to get, and with Reels, you said Reels is the most important. Every video on Instagram is getting posted as a Reel now. So it doesn't really matter. So it's even if it's a horizontal video, it's a Reel now. They just converted everything. So watch time is extremely important. You want to try and Instagram doesn't give you in-depth analytics, as far as I'm aware of how long people are watching. So you want to make sure people are watching as long as possible. I'd say likes are important, but I think it's more so sharing. People say commenting, but I honestly don't think commenting is that big for Instagram.
I don't think so either. I think the likes really push it, because when I have a reel pop off, I get spam notifications of people liking it, and nobody's commenting, but the amount of likes is pushing it to more eyeballs.
Yeah. So I think it's the likes and the view time. So you want to make sure that you have really good that, and especially with TikTok as well, you want to have good likes and not so much likes, but watch time is extremely important on TikTok.
And rewatches.
And then basically every metric. I saw a video to rank all of TikTok's, how you want the metrics, but basically watch time is extremely important. You want people commenting on it, and it's not just random comments laughing emoji. You want meaningful type comments. And I think TikTok, I don't know how, but you'll see a lot of people in the comments, they'll go behind a certain theme and they'll just continue that. And it just gets pushed to those people that continue that theme. So I'd say watch time is extremely important with TikTok, and commenting, and then getting shares. There's also the save feature added to favorites. Is it favorites? It's
favorites now. Yep. Save to favorites, I think.
Yeah. So I think shares, watch time, and comments are extremely important for TikTok.
Yeah, and that's
I don't know
really,
if we want to dive into any others, but
I mean, yeah, and that's obviously the stuff you think about when you think what metrics matter. It's going to be those ones, but really, how do you optimize for that? How do you get that with your content? And at the end of the day, it's just creating a valuable piece of content. And one thing that maybe you can lead with, and this, what I've started to do with my content, is come up with a hook. Start with the hook. How are you going to get people past that first 2 to 3 second window? Because I personally think, I don't know the stats on this, but I think that's the most important, because when I'm scrolling, if I'm not sold in 2 seconds, I'm scrolling to the next video. So how can you stop them from their scrolling with a hook in the first 2 to 3 seconds? Because if you hit them with a hook, they're more willing to watch the 15 to 30 seconds you have after that.